So I know Matthew 5:13 says you are the salt of the earth. But does salt have any advantage if it has lost its flavor? Can you make it salty again? Of course, it's going to be thrown under foot as worthless. These were the words of Jesus while he addressed his followers. So if you are a follower of Jesus like I am, please stay with me briefly so we can identify three things that makes the salt significant. First is that the salt is a commodity that is known for great value. This is because everyone loves to have salt around. It's one of the surest things to find, even in a poor man's kitchen. I can also recall reading that Roman soldiers were once paid, sometimes paid in salt. Of course, because it was very valuable. The quantity of salt required to sweeten a big pot of soup is infinitesimally small when compared with the quantity of the soup itself. Yes, a little bit of Christians can sweeten a large community if the savour remains intact. Another thing the salt does is to preserve. In the days before refrigeration, people will cut meat into strips and embed it in salt to preserve it. And yes, we followers of Christ serve the same function. We stop the spread of evil in our cultures, even as we stand for what is right. We preserve the faith. We reveal the Christ in us by all means. Thirdly, salt is significant in the sense that it stimulates thirst. Yes, salt makes you thirsty. Perhaps that's why you need a chilled drink when eating salty popcorn in a movie theater. As the salt of the earth, we stimulate the thirst to know God in others. When men see how you love the Lord, the joy, the fulfillment that comes with it, they get curious and wonder what a freak you are. Yes, I'm a proud Jesus freak, and if you've not tasted what I have tasted, you cannot figure out my fulfillment. Taste and see that the Lord is good. The joy, the peace, the hope, the faith, the love, outrageously inexplicable. Now on the flip side, I must say it is sad to see Christians who have lost their saltiness. I know how easily they have made people turn up their noses at our faith in Jesus the Christ of God. I know how disappointing it is to taste salt when it has lost its savour. If we treat our faith like a chore or take it seriously only when it feels convenient for us, then we make ourselves distasteful, and the heathens would judge our faith to be worthless. Hebrews 10:23 says we should hold fast the confession of our hope without wavering, for he who promised is faithful. Our allegiance to him is any day, everywhere. We are the salt of the earth and never afraid to be outnumbered. Why? We are of immense value. We preserve the faith as we choose to live for him in and out of season. And lastly, we should permanently stimulate the thirst in others for righteousness. Grace be with you.